Oh, wait. There we go. Now we're recording. Alright, welcome back to Heretic Wargaming. Today we are back at Hobby Chest, and today we're playing Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Hi.
And so Brandon brought his 1,000 Suns, and I brought Mono-Khorne. Ooh, Khorne versus Tzeentch. So this should be a lot of fun. Very fluffy game. So I guess I'll go ahead and brief my list real quick. I know Brandon's getting his last few things out. So over here on the World Eaters side, I guess, we have a battalion detachment of World Eaters and a patrol detachment of Khorne Demons. So in the battalion detachment of World Eaters, obviously it's World Eaters, we've got 3 Rhinos filled with 8 Berserkers each, 1 banner Icon of Wrath in there, and then a powerfist in every squad. And then one of these dudes, I'm just going to say the dude that's painted, he does not actually have his chain axe because I was actually 1 point over. So I pulled a chain axe off a dude. We have an Exalted Champion with a Power Fist. He does have the Warlord trait Violent Urgency. Then we have a Master of Executions, just normal Master of Executions. And then this guy right here is our guy with the relic, and he's taking Gorefather. Built him just for that. We've got 2 units of 10 Cultists, 2 Heldrakes with the Flamers, and 9 Bikers with 3 Plasma Guns and a single Power Fist, because World Eaters. Why not? We're going to try new things. And then over here we have a patrol detachment of Khorne Demons, 30 Bloodletters with the Banner of Blood, and then I spent 1 CP. This is just a Bloodmaster, and he does have the Crimson Crown, which means these guys have exploding 6s while they're within 6 inches of him. And yeah, spent the CP. So I actually start the game with 5 CP after deep striking stuff. So let's go over to Brandon's list and see what he brought. What you bring, Brandon?
Alright, so I've got a battalion and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. The battalion is 1,000 Suns. The Cult of the Legion is going to be Cult of Time. Their HQs are going to be Armin on Disc of Tzeentch and an Exalted Sorcerer. Armin knows Doombolt, Warp Time, and Weaver of Fates. He is the Warlord, so he gets otherworldly presence, which gives him a better invulnerable save. And the Exalted Sorcerer knows Doombolt and Prescience.
Okay.
I've got 3 squads of Rubric. What you see is what they're armed with. Each one's got a Soul Reaper cannon, Icon of Flame, that kind of deal. I've got 1 squad of 10 Zangors, all armed as what they got. I've got 2 squads of Scarab Cult Terminators. They've got what they've got. I've got a Hellforge Contemptor Dreadnought with 2 las cannons, and then I've got a Knight Despoiler with the missile carapace, I believe it is the Iron Hail, and the Avenger Gatling Cannon and Thunderstrike Gauntlet.
Okay. What was your relic? You never said what relic you took.
I actually forgot to mark a relic.
Okay, so he's gonna mark a relic, and we'll brief it later on. I'm sure it's gonna probably be Helm of Command or maybe even the deep strikey one. But yeah, so that is 1,000 Suns. So we will be back after deployment. All right, so we have deployed D-words. So over on Brandon's side, he has hidden his knight behind this little bastion here. He's got 10 of his Rubric Marines in front of it, along with the Exalted Sorcerers right here, right? Somewhere around
right behind him.
Oh, there he is, in the back. Over here, he's got 10 more Rubric Marines with Ahriman on the 2nd floor. He's got 10 Zangors down here. He spent 1 CP to forward deploy those 10 Rubric Marines over there. His Contemptors hiding out over there in cover. And then off the board, he kept both 5-man Scarab Cult squads. On my side, obviously, I deep struck all the demons and spent 1 CP to deploy the Cultists. Oh, you still got to pick your secondaries. Deployed the Cultists in Deep Strike Reserve, or sorry, Strategic Reserve. And then we have the 3 Rhinos all up on the line. We've got 10 Cultists hiding out in the back. One of the Heldrakes out here in the open. The other one is hiding behind that building because you have to measure to the base of these to actually shoot them. So that way I could actually hide him. And then the 9 Bikers are actually hidden behind that little tower there. So we'll be right back. I'll let him pick his secondaries. I'll brief the secondaries, and then we'll do the roll-off. I won't get you. So Brandon has picked Bring It Down, Banners, and Mental Interrogation. And then for my side, I picked Titan Slayer because he, 1 night is worth a bunch of points. Deploy Scramblers and Line Breakers. So that being said, we got to roll off, Brandon, to see who gets to pick. I got a 5. You got a 5. I got a 4. You got a 1. I will choose to go I will actually choose to go second this game.
Okay.
So I'm going to let Brandon go first, and we'll see what happens at the end of turn 1. Alright, the end of Thousand Suns turn 1. So basically he advanced up these rubrics just to tag this objective, and he warp timed these guys too. Did a few smites, pinged a few damage with some random smites. Ahriman's still hanging out up here. That Contemptor did 4 damage to that Rhino right there. Bad rolls on his part, and I also made a save. And then the Avenger Gatling Cannon did 4 damage to the Heldrake, and then the Stubber did another damage to the Drake, and his missile pod decided not to do anything. But he did place a banner here. He's placed a banner over there. So at the beginning, or at the end of that turn, we're still 0-0. So let's move on to Khorne's turn 1 and see what blood I can get for the Blood God. Alright, so the end of the Blood for the Blood God turn 1. So went ahead and charged into those rubrics over there, and that last one got really lucky and ended up living. I did spend 2 CP to basically do Death of False Emperor and then Veterans of the Long War that way. So I did like 20 wounds on the squad, which is pretty good with some bikers. And then I've also put 6 wounds on the Contemptor with some bolters and 1 plasma gun shot. I did not overcharge. All my Rhinos have moved up. They have all popped smoke. This Heldrake charged here, took a wound, and killed 1 rubric in return. And that's about it. Pretty simple turn, just basically shoving my Khorne-ness into his face, because that's what we do. And I also deployed Scramblers 1 time with the back Cultists that are hanging out back behind that building. So still 0-0, but at the beginning of his turn, he right now controls 3 objectives because my bikes do not beat his single objective secured sorcerer. So we do both control the same, so he gets 10 points. And so I forgot my score sheets today, so we're using just a piece of paper. And then he also scores 2 points for banners, because I did not take that away from him yet. So I'm just going to put 2 points for banners. And so we're going to move on to Brandon's turn 2 and see what Tzeentch can pull out of this one. Blood for the Blood God. Anyways, so at the end of Brandon's turn 2, so he's deployed 5 of the Scarab Cults over here, 5 over here. Those guys hose down the Cultists in there, and only 1 is left. I did have to use a CP to reroll my morale to leave the 1 dude left. Over here, he killed this Rhino. 1 Berserker died getting out, and basically I've placed them in a way, so that way these guys were not able to see the Berserkers behind the building there. This guy shot into the Rhino, and I actually made all my saves in the Rhino, which actually is why it lived longer than it should have, and then these guys actually killed the Rhino. So these guys fell back, he psychicked a bunch, and the last 2 rubrics over there just barely died to the Heldrake. So I think that's it. So on Brandon's turn, he did end up getting 5 bring it down points. He did get 2 points for banners. At the beginning of my turn, right now, I do hold more objectives than him because I hold 1, 2, 3, and then that one over there for 4. So I will actually get 15 points. And that will bring us to turn 2 for Khorne. So let's see how much blood I can spill yet again for the Blood God. Alright, so the end of Khorne's turn 2. So we went in, Blood for the Blood God, killed all these Rubric Marines. Now I did charge the Knight with a single squad of Berserkers. His Overwatch killed all but 3, and then he spent his last 2 CP to interrupt and kill the Berserkers. The Berserkers are all gone. Finished off these Angors here with the help of the Bikers, and then the Bikers actually killed the Contemptor. I've got to consolidate them backwards. And yeah, that was about it. So for my turn, I did get 4 points for Linebreaker. I've deployed a second Scrambler because that squad in the back popped in and deployed a Scrambler. Now for this turn, he holds 1 objective. Yep, because he has a rubric on that objective. So he gets 5 points. And we will be back at the end of Brandon's turn to see what happens for the Thousand Suns. Alright, so the end of Tzeentch's turn 2, 3. That's turn 3. So he went ahead, he charged into the Heldrake, put him at 5 wounds. Everything over here shot, and I actually had 1 Berserker left thanks to the Crater giving me a 4-up as opposed to a 5-up save. He did end up killing the last Berserker. He had to charge in his Exalted Sorcerer because these guys actually failed their charge due to the Crater. Heroically intervened, and Gorefather took another skull for the Skull Throne. But yeah, so he's hit that Drake, and then over here, he finished off the last Cultist. I had 1 Cultist left in the back, and that dude is now dead. So at the beginning of my turn, though, I hold 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives to his 1. And so, yet again, we get another 15 points. Boop. And we'll move on to Khorne's turn 3 and see how much more blood I can spill, because I love spilling blood. This is fun. Alright, the end of Khorne's turn 3, so we successfully shed blood for the Blood God by killing the Knight. Did take my last 3 CP to double fight with the Bloodletters because I couldn't get enough completely around it. And I wound him on 5s, so that's also a thing. Over here, we were able to kill a couple, or one more of these with him. And then over here, my Master of Executions killed 3 of the squad, and then actually didn't take any wounds back. Bad rolling on that. However, so Brandon has decided to call it at this point. The score is basically going to overwhelmingly go in my favor because he does hold 1 objective, but I've denied him that one, and at this point I'm going to max primary. He said literally he's just going to run away with Ahriman, maybe try to bring back a couple Terminators, and that's about it. I still have a Rhino full of Berserkers over there ready to punch something for more blood for the Blood God. So anyways, Brandon, what did you think of the game, buddy?
I thought it was pretty good. If there was anything I could have done different, it was probably different deployment for the Terminators when they came in.
Yeah.
Maybe held the Knight back a little bit instead of charging her so much, using her to mop up some of those guys before they could get to her.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. And hopefully you learned a lot in that game.
Yeah. It's definitely added to what I think of Thousand Suns. I still enjoy playing them. They're pretty good.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. I might do a guard army here soon, though. I think they look pretty cool. So I'll try them out.
All right, man. Well, good game, and we'll get you back on the channel with your guard or whatever you end up bringing. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed Blood for the Blood God, Mono-Khorne versus some Mono-ish Tzeentch. He does have a Knight, so I'm just gonna say it's Mono Tzeentch. Was a lot of fun playing some Khorne. So I'll see you guys in the next battle report here at Heretic Wargaming.